What's going on, you guys? Ken here, also known as SolidFan85, with a quick video. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this yet, but let me start off by saying this. This movie, straight up better than Endgame. The unfortunate part, not as many people will see it. Justice League Dark Apokolips War, for those that don't know, and obviously if you can't tell from my backgrounds here, is a fucking fantastic ending to the 15-part arc that they've had going on since 2013. Well, it started before 2013, but it goes from there. This movie, 10. There are things in here, a couple of notable things. Number one, Trigon, much better father than Thanos. Although, let's be honest, a freaking abandoned puppy that's being taken care of by a wild boar, the wild boar would be a better father than Thanos. Thanos wasn't a father. Thanos was a joke. With that said, I have no hate against Endgame. Endgame was a good movie. But this thing blows it out of the damn water. Of course, I'm biased. I'm also a DC fanboy. But, freaking awesome. There are things happening in this movie I didn't realize would happen. It is very dark, very gory, very brutal. It really is, I think, what Zack Snyder, if we could have seen this on the big screen, it really is what Zack Snyder could have done, I think. It does it justice, no pun intended. But my God, if you have not seen this movie, I definitely recommend it. There's a lot to it. It's about an hour and a half. It could have been 2 hours. I think they could have pulled that off, especially with certain fight scenes, especially with the opening. The ending threw me a little bit because of the way they ended it. I was like, I mean, okay, it makes sense. That's DC. They can take that route. It's kind of a, kind of a way they can do things. But overall, oh man, I tell you, it's crazy. A couple of notable things that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the Furies. What they did with the Furies was brutal. I'll leave that to your imagination if you watch it. If you don't know who the Furies are, they're Darkseid's elite guard, and they're not who you think they are. If you're used to the old school series, if you're used to a couple of the older movies, like a Justice League animated series, you get a glimpse of the Furies in there, especially with Big Barda, especially with Barda, when she led the Furies. This is not that at all. It's pretty brutal, and I was like, holy crap, that's messed up. Apokolips in this thing, Darkseid, the Apokolips planet is fantastic, but Darkseid himself is just evil and brutal. It's rated R for a reason. I mean, you get Spawn levels of gore in this thing. If you're a fan of the old HBO series, it's right up there with that. And there are things that are wrapped up in here that is just it's fantastic. There was a couple of disappointing moments. You really want some stuff to happen, but it doesn't happen, unfortunately. But they do wrap a lot of it up. There's a lot of stuff touched on. It touches on Flashpoint. It touches on Son of Batman. It touches on even the Judas Contract. It's all over the place because, again, this is a sequel to the overall arc. There will be obviously new movies coming out, but the thing that really was awesome in this whole thing is who they get to fight Darkseid at the end. You kind of see it coming, but they flip it up so much. Ooh, I get goosebumps thinking about it. It's so all over the place, but it's done in a good way. It's really really awesome. Anyway, this is just a ramble review, a very biased review because I'm a DC fanboy. But this movie, I saw it's on early. It's currently, as of this recording, on early access on Vudu. I have, I, ugh, such a good investment, so worth it. I got to get a digital copy at some point, but wow, I mean, just wow. They got some big name stars in this too, man. It's surprising. Just a couple to note. Rosario Dawson. Um, who else did they have? There's somebody I saw. Matt Ryan obviously plays John Constantine. You can see him in the cover. Um, and they got some great talent in this thing. I mean, it's amazing. I don't want to spoil anything. This does have parts of Suicide Squad in it. In fact, Suicide Squad plays kind of a key role, and it's pretty funny. They do a great job with those characters. I'm not going to drop any names. You guys can probably guess them yourself, but I don't want to spoil anything. I think Suicide Squad may have been a spoiler itself, but so awesome. You do get an outline. They do mention certain characters. However, I will say this movie is very Game of Thrones. Do not cheer for a character. And if you do, just be aware you may not like what you get. But you may like what you get. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. I loved it. I loved it. This was such a surprise, and I can't get it right. I'm not used to having something over here. This was such a surprise of a movie. It's so good. I so recommend it. I'll link it down below if you guys want to check it out. Currently, as of this recording, this thing on Rotten Tomatoes has 100%. About a 92% user score. On Vudu, it's about 4.9 out of 5 stars out of 7,000 reviews. Oh, wow. So awesome. I'm so glad that they did this. Most of the animated movies were pretty good, but they really outdid themselves here. I haven't seen if this is going to be available on DC Universe at any point. I hope it is. As a monthly subscriber, I really want to see this shit on that service. They really need to do some more justice to this service, man. I love the service, and pretty much everything's going to migrate over to HBO Max at some point, but whew, man, so good. So good. And I mean it when I say it. Endgame was good for what it was, but this movie does it right. This is a full-blown comic book arc sequel in an animated movie. Could have been a bit longer, could have had some longer fight scenes, but totally worth it. Anyway, remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will say salute for now. See ya.